Mr. Speaker, in fulfillment of my constitutional duty and with heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty Allah, I am honored today to present the Annual Appropriation Bill 2024 to the Honorable House of Assembly of our beloved state. This marks the first appropriation bill since our re-election on May 29, 2023, for the second term and the fifth consecutive one since May 29, 2019. As you are aware, these bills articulate the specific fiscal proposals reflecting the desires and aspirations of the people of Borno State, meticulously prepared by the government. Therefore, I am submitting to you the expenditure proposals for the fiscal year 2024, aiming to strengthen the accomplishments we have achieved thus far, and further ensure the delivery of democratic dividends, especially in the realms of socio-economic and political development in our cherished state. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, it is with great consideration that we have chosen to designate the proposed Borno State budget for the year 2024 as the budget of consolidation and progress. Under this designation, our commitment is to rally the entirety of our people towards an enhanced standard of living, improved well-being, and better livelihoods through resolute and concerted actions in the implementation of these proposals with unprecedented vigor. I'd like to express my gratitude once again to the good people of Borno State for entrusting us with a renewed mandate for a second term spanning 4 more years, inshallah. We are profoundly thankful for the trust and confidence bestowed in our leadership. Furthermore, I extend my congratulations to the Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members of this esteemed House of Assembly for your triumph in the recent falls. The prevailing peace bestowed upon us by Allah in Borno State has facilitated the resettlement of over 1 million fellow citizens previously dwelling in internally displaced camps. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, I am pleased to report that the internally generated revenue of the state has been a notable increase, reaching approximately 63% of our set target. This success is attributed to our unwavering commitment to block all points of leakages resulting from mismanagement and misapplication of public funds. In our continuous pursuit of policy implementation or good governance, during my second term in office, I assented to 9 bills into law, which are namely the Borno State Special Investment Law, the Borno State Criminal Justice Administration Law, the Borno State Penal Code Law, the Borno State Secondary Education Board Law, the Borno State Investment Protection Law, the Borno State Primary Healthcare Development Amendment Law, the Borno State Drugs and Other Medical Consumables Law, the Borno State Livestock Law, and the Borno State Local Government Amendment Law. These laws contribute to our overarching goal of building a better and more resilient Borno, with a focus on critical sectors such as security, education, health, agriculture, works, and housing. Notably among this law is the Borno State Criminal Justice Administration Law and Borno State Penal Code Law, which has provided stiffer penalties for defaulters. As part of our pragmatic policy initiative to rebuild Borno better, we have taken decisive actions, including the prohibition of political thuggery and street begging. In alignment with this, we are actively reforming our youth by providing vocational skills training to thousands of them, coupled with starter packs, grants, and special capital. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, as you could recall, the Maiduguri Monday market was burned down in February 2023. The Borno State government set up a committee to rebuild the market. The rehabilitation of the market has now been completed and commissioned, with over 8,000 traders benefiting from the renovated market. The continuous distribution of palliatives to the larger population is neither sustainable feasible. And therefore, we have to look at medium and longer term sustainable solutions, which for us is to first of all invest in agriculture, particularly in the irrigation sector, to ensure food security and also mitigate some of the negative impacts of climate change, towards providing livelihoods for our rural population. We shall partner with the private sector to drive agricultural innovation and create a better and more enabling environment for farmers in Borno State. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in our continued efforts to support the families of deceased members of the Civilian Joint Task Force, we pledge to sponsor the orphans throughout their studies during the launch of the first-year scholarship program in 2022. Consequently, we have also released a sum of 60 million naira for the payment of second-year registration fees for 300 orphans of the deceased civilian JTF. Review of the 2023 fiscal year, page 6. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I would like to first and foremost start this review by recognizing and appreciating the immense and important role played by this distinguished chamber in our collective efforts to improve the living standards and well-being of the people of our dear state. Mr. Speaker, the continued support, cooperation, and understanding of the legislature have been immeasurable to the successes of this administration. We have been hearing a lot of stories in other parts of the country where we have a lot of challenges between the executives and the legislature. Here in Borno State, for the last 10 or 15 years, we have never witnessed such thing. And therefore, I must commend the maturity of the leadership of the House, the maturity of the members of the House of Assembly in ensuring peaceful and simple coexistence between the legislature and the executive. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the 2023 fiscal year, as in the preceding years, has been quite challenging for the state and in the country due to uncertainty and volatility that characterize the operations of the entire global economic system of Nigeria is an integral fact. More so, the year 2023 marked another period of election in the political history of our democratic transition, was mostly violent. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the economic realities on the ground defied most of our assumptions, especially the exchange rate of the naira to the US dollar and the implication for inflation forecasts, which have seriously impacted the implementation of the 2023 approved budget. The government was compelled to adopt special measures in line with the prevailing conditions on the ground, which to a great extent help us meet the projected targets and set goals of the budget 2023. Let me at this juncture crave the indulgence of this distinguished House to report the achievements of the year 2023 by major factors: general administration and good governance. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the mobilization of human and material resources through well-organized and coordinated strategies has resulted in the successes recorded across the wide spectrum of sectors and endeavors in the year 2023. The ministries, departments, and agencies in the state are structured in a way that ensures the smooth and hitch-free implementation of government policies and programs. The coordination between and within the agencies played an important role in the day-to-day conduct of government businesses. Mr. Speaker, the Government House, the Office of the Secretary to the State Government, the Office of the Head of Service, the Civil Service Commission, the Local Government Service Commission, as well as the Ministry for Local Government and Emirate Affairs, have individually and collectively played pivotal roles that cumulatively impacted positively on the lives of the people of our dear state. Mr. Speaker, through the concerted efforts of the Borno State Government, the NYC orientation camp was relocated to Maiduguri, the state capital, after 14 years of operation from outside the state. In an effort to reinvigorate the civil service, the Office of the Head of Service conducted promotion examinations for 3,227 staff drawn from the ministries, departments, and agencies, which was the first time in the history of the civil service of Borno State. The office has also screened, trained, and conducted examinations for candidates from 7 local government areas where vacancies exist for the appointment of permanent secretaries. And the details of the appointments were released 2 days ago. The numbers of the ministries was reduced from 22 to 18 in compliance with the cardinal objective of this administration to reduce our spendings. The numbers of permanent secretaries were also reduced from about 45 to 27. Mr. Speaker, to ease the challenges experienced by civil servants, the government has authorized the disbursement of a 2 billion interest-free loan to employees throughout the state. Additionally, the annual gratuity payments for retired civil servants have been increased from 1.2 billion to 2.4 billion. We block leakages in salary payments, especially in local government areas. And it may surprise you that during our last few days verification exercise, we were able to identify single individual collecting up to 4 million naira per month. This is criminal. Mr. Speaker, to cushion the effect of the unfortunate fire disaster that engulfed the Maiduguri Monday market, sum of 1 billion was immediately released as support to the victims of the inferno. The victim received additional 1 billion naira from the state government and a donation of additional 2 billion naira from the Northeast Development Commission. Right now, the money is in our own account. Modalities are ongoing in order to ensure that deserved victims are supported. Security. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the House of Assembly, one critical sector that received serious government attention in the year under review is security. This sector will continue to be accorded top priority because no meaningful development can be achieved without peace and stability. Our state has witnessed its share of insecurity in recent years as a result of the Boko Haram insurgency. This has affected all sectors of human endeavor, leading to the involuntary displacement of people from their ancestral communities, thus creating undue suffering from hardship and misery, not only in this state but even beyond. Recently, Borno State government has demolished many illegal structures in Maiduguri, especially at the railway headquarters. Government will continue to demolish all existing illegal structures in Borno State in order to free the state capital from nefarious activities. I therefore commend the Nigerian Army, commend the police, DSS, and other security agencies for providing the enabling environment for Borno State government to carry out the demolition exercise. Under this new law, the defaulters will be arrested and will be jailed. The minimum jail period is 7 years. Mr. Speaker, you may also be aware of the decision that has been taken by the government of Borno State to stop the sales of scrap metals. This has given us a lot of improvements in our own security station. Some may not understand the rationale behind the stoppage, but a few months ago, it might surprise you to know that these scavengers went ahead to the extent of removing rods from concrete slab of the custom bridge. They have almost destroyed it. How can we allow such activities to go on without addressing them squarely? And therefore, I want to assure you that under my distinguished leadership, we shall continue to deal ruthlessly with all those that are trying to bring insecurity into the state. I'm delighted to support that the situation has improved tremendously owing to the commitment and dedication of all stakeholders, including the federal government, state government security operatives, traditional rulers, community leaders, and a host of our other stakeholders. I want to bring to your kind notice that the government of Borno State is receiving support from the federal government, especially from our illustrious son, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who have been collaborating very well with the security agencies with a view to ensuring the return of permanent peace to Borno State. The state government will continue to collaborate, cooperate, and assist all those who matter to ensure the return of normalcy and enable our people to engage in their local economic activities. In the same vein, the state government has procured over 100 brand new Toyota Hilux patrol vehicles and allocated them to security outfits in the state. Government has also procured 500 brand new motorcycles for patrol in different terrain. Educational development. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, these are the administration since its inception in 2019 has accorded top priority to educational development through the construction and rehabilitation of educational facilities, as well as the provision of the required educational tools for enhanced teaching and learning. During the year 2023, the state government, among others, completed the construction of two-story mega-sized primary school with 30 classrooms and sporting facilities at Alakaramti, a mega-sized primary school with 20 classrooms, an ICT center and administrative block, sporting facilities, and staff accommodation at Shiwari. This is in addition to the completion and commissioning of the mega-sized day secondary school at Gamboru and the state capital, which was named after the late Alhaji Usman Jida Shua, may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace, the immediate past secretary to the state government. Mr. Speaker, in pursuit of our determination to ensure that all pupils and students in resettled communities attend and complete their studies, the Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation reopened the government technical secondary school Bahama, as well as established the second chance school for women and girls also in Bahama. The state government continued with its vigor, with its established obligation to settle the examination fees of candidates for Borno State. In addition, in the same vein, the State Ministry of Education was able to pay all the entitlements due to WAEC, NECO, and NAPTEP for the year 2023. The state government has also continued with the provision of meals to students in secondary school across the state as part of the speeding program. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2023, the state government also established the Government Day Secondary School Jajiri for boys in MMC. The State Education Trust Fund has continued to carry out its mandatory obligations to the people of the state with the completion and equipping of 3-story block consisting of 3 classrooms, 2 staff rooms, a laboratory and a library at Demonstration Secondary School, University of Maiduguri. The Education Trust Fund has also taken steps to address teachers' deficit with the engagement of some teachers on contract basis. Verse 15. It has also distributed 43,380 copies of the assorted school registers to schools across the state. The payment of living expenses for medical students studying in Egypt has been made. We sponsored about 25 Borno State indigents to study medicine in Cairo. The State Teaching Service Board and the State Universal Basic Education Board have in 2023 recruited 4,000 teachers for public primary and secondary schools. This was done according to the analysis that was provided by the Primary Education Board and the Secondary Education Board. So far, so good. As far as I am concerned, I have given directives for the recruitment in order to fill the complete existing vacancies from these very important organs. And therefore, the issue of absenteeism in primary school and secondary schools should not arise again, while government will ensure prompt payment of their salaries and allowances as at when due. The Borno State Scholarship Board has during the year 2023 disbursed the sum of 1,427,000,000 naira, 560,366 naira to 29,759 students of Borno State origin studying in 90 different institutions of higher learning across the country and beyond. In a special scholarship program for training more health personnel, the state government has approved a full scholarship with monthly stipends to train 600 nurses and midwives in the School of Nursing. They are currently screening the students, and inshallah, very soon, 600 of Borno State indigents will start studying nursing and midwifery at the School of Nursing in order to bridge the existing gaps in the health sector. Most especially, we decided to draw these candidates from the villages because we now established what we call community nursing program and community midwifery program. I have mandated all the members of House of Assembly and the stakeholders, especially local government chairmen, to identify their indigents that will stay behind in their local government areas. I've done my best. And therefore, if there is any problem in choosing the right candidates from respective local government areas, I think the problem will not be from me. Mr. Speaker, Borno State University has also played an important role because of lack of access. Inshallah, we are committed to free these lands for farmers to cultivate. Works and housing. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, one critical sector that recorded appreciable successes in the year 2023 was the works and housing sector. The state government has completed and commissioned the first and only underpass pedestrian bridge in the state at Gamboru custom area to ease the flow of traffic around the Gamboru market. The ministry also completed the construction of Red Knob Works in Mongono. The Ministry of Works and Housing has awarded the contract for the construction of 11 roads in Sinimari, Kalari, in Jere, Maiduguri Metropolitan and Mafa local government areas, while the construction of the flyover at the Borno Express Terminus Junction has recorded substantial progress. The reconstruction of Post Office, Monday Market, Bama Road Junction, Gidam Madara, Boleri, Lagos Street roads are completed. Mr. Speaker, the Borno State Road Maintenance Agency has been key to the successes of the administration in the area of road and drainage construction. The agency has in the 2023 completed the following projects. Construction of Abuja Sheraton Road, construction of roads in the College of Education Waka View, rehabilitation of all roads within Maiduguri Monday Market, ongoing construction of Domba Chibok Road and Maiduguri Bama Road are nearly completed. In the housing sector, the state government, in addition to the construction of 500 housing units along Kano Jos Road, is undertaking the construction of 72 units of 3-bedroom flats and 12 blocks of 2-story buildings, each with 6 units at the former police ground, parade ground, adjacent to the Ramat Polytechnic in the state capital. The essence of building this house is to provide these houses to federal workers in Borno State. Borno State is the hub of the northeastern states of Nigeria. If we refuse to keep them very well, the headquarters will be moved from Borno State to other parts, to other states in the northeastern sub-region. And therefore, I'll do everything possible within my reach to motivate federal workers in Borno State. Because their existence in Borno State will add value to the government and people of Borno State. Apart from reviving the economic activities in the state, they will also increase the GDP per capita of the state. Mr. Speaker, with the return of relative peace to communities across the state, the government has, as a means of boosting economic activities through the provision of infrastructure, undertaken the rehabilitation of Maiduguri, Mafa, Gamborunga, Dikwa power supply network, which has reached 30% now, and Maiduguri to Sumantisian, electrification of Chongom, Kubo, Limanti, Sangari, Tachan Itachi, and Tachan Samia, as well as rehabilitation of Maiduguri electrification networks, and Auno, Jakana, Mainok, and Benishek town distribution networks. Purchase of transformers in various locations in the state, and the rehabilitation of transmission lines in Damboa Road, in Jimchiro Industrial Park, and Maiduguri Natal Shoe Factory, Maiduguri. Ministry of Reconstruction. The return of all the internally displaced persons back to their original place of abode has been accorded top priority in 2023. The state government will continue to take all necessary measures to ensure the safe, voluntary, and dignified return of the IDPs to their ancestral homes or any other location of their choice. The Ministry of Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement has, among others, undertaken the following: construction of 3,000 units of hardware houses and latrines in Ngong, Ngorose and Martin, construction of 4 plots of 2-bedroom houses for teachers in Magumeri Primary School, Magumeri local government area, renovation and construction of primary healthcare centers across the state, provision of primary perimeter fences to many public schools. The state government has also resettled IDPs from Bukarti and Jiburanti villages at the Mole housing estate, while the construction and rehabilitation of Malkamuliri village in Kondiga local government area were undertaken. Logomane and Gajiba are on the verge of completion. Provision of water for human and capital consumption. Mr. Speaker, in the year under review, the state government has paid special attention to the provision of potable water for human and animal consumption, as well as industrial use. This was undertaken through coordination between the Ministry of Water Resources, the Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, non-governmental organizations, and other critical stakeholders in the water sector. In its effort to maintain sustainability in the provision of water, government rehabilitated, reactivated, and upgraded the Maiduguri Water Treatment Plant, water works, and various boreholes through the procurement and installation of various sizes of submersible high and low lift pumps. The Ministry of Water Resources also reactivated up to 50 powerhouses and some area offices, as well as rehabilitated 10 elevated water reservoirs. Mr. Speaker, the state government through the Ministry of Water Resources constructed water works. Imagine if they are still in the bush. How can we manage them? While understanding the concerns of some citizens, but we believe management of the repentant Boko Haram members is the best way forward. They are in the bush, they have the capacities to create havoc. So, recently, we paid visit to Geneva, Berlin, and the UK. Our visit has yielded positive results. For example, we established what we call one UN offer. During our visit to Berlin, we pleaded to the international organization, especially for the European Union, to support what we call one UN offer. We established a basket fund called One UN Offer, which is managed by UN. But the chairman of the steering committee is the governor of Borno State, and co-chaired by the resident UN humanitarian coordinator. Our recent visit had yielded positive results because we were able to get 10 million euros from Germany to this account for the management of repentant Boko Haram. Recently, I visited Swiss Embassy. We also received about $500,000 euros from Swiss government. Government will continue to partner with the international organization to receive more funding from them. Inshallah, during the year 2024, we shall undertake many visits to many European countries with a view to accessing grant to the state. Finance and economic planning. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this administration having recognized the importance of proper timely planning for the overall implementation and success of all government programs, created the Ministry of Budget and Planning. In the year 2023, the Ministry of Budget and Planning has been alerted to its responsibilities to ensure strict adherence to all budgetary procedures to avoid misappropriation and misapplication of scarce resources for the benefit of the people of the state. The Ministry successfully completed the preparation of the 2024-2026 medium-term expenditure framework, which has been the main target ingredient for all budget preparation in the immediate future. Religious affairs. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, The state government will continue to ensure that people across the state practice their religious beliefs according to their faith and conviction without let or hindrances. The Ministry of Religious Affairs also completed and commissioned 3 central mosques at Bama, Gamborungala, and Birial, while the Gremari Jumu'at mosque in Gamboru Ward will soon be completed. The Pilgrims Welfare Board facilitated the conduct of the 2023 Hajj to the Holy Land, which has been acknowledged as Hajj-free. We want to achieve in the year 2024. I'm very ambitious to do so. We plan to construct eye hospitals in Mongono and Biu. We plan to establish dental hospitals in Mongono and Biu. We plan to establish an orthopedic hospital in Maiduguri. We plan to continue with our humanitarian support. We shall not stop it, inshallah. We plan to construct teachers and health workers quarters in Magomeri, 200 numbers of 2-bedroom. We plan to construct teachers and health workers quarters in Gubio, 200 units of 2-bedroom. We plan to construct teachers quarters in Biu, 100 units. We plan to construct teachers quarters in Haul, 100 units. We plan to establish an oil processing mill in Gubio. We plan to establish School of Nursing in Mongono. We plan to establish a School of Nursing in Goza, which we have started. We'll establish high Islamic colleges in Baga. Contract has been awarded. High Islamic colleges in Gajigana. Contract has been awarded. High Islamic College in Gajiram. Contract has been awarded. High Islamic College in Benechek. Contract has been awarded. Goza and Chibok. All of these high Islamic colleges are very big high Islamic colleges with not less than 50 classrooms. We plan to construct an additional 3 mega schools in Kalari, Maiduguri, Mairi, where we demolish the present Tashan Kano. We shall construct a secondary school, and Uba, Tashan Bama. We plan to establish secondary schools in Ran, New Marte, and Ngala. Ran and Gudumbari local government, Guzamana local government are 2 local government areas in Borno State that don't have secondary schools. And inshallah we shall establish it. We plan to construct ICT centers in Baga, Kaga, Damboa, and Hau. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to your kind notice that during the first tenure of my administration, we invested heavily in central Borno and southern Borno because of insecurity in northern Borno. I want to bring to the kind notice of the people of northern Borno that inshallah, during this second term, I will invest heavily in northern Borno. Construction of government lodges in Dikwa, New Marte, Briel, and Kwaya. Erosion control in Bargu, Shani, over Fikiel and Gamdu. Mega water works in Bama, Gubio, Gajigana, Magomeri, and Damboa. We shall eradicate problem of water supply in these local government areas, especially Gubio, Magomeri, Gajigana. Inshallah, and Damboa. The perennial water scarcities in these local government areas will be addressed squarely. In order to carry out these main objectives of eradicating water supply shortages in these local government areas, we have set aside sum of about 4 billion naira. This is my own project. Establishment of irrigation systems in Mafa, Dikwa, Gajibo, Logomane, Gamboru will go, and resuscitation of irrigation projects in Jabi and Damasak. Inshallah, in the year 2024, we shall start irrigation activities in the shores of the Lake Chad, especially in Kirawa, in Marte. During the Chief of Army Staff Conference, I've spoken to the Chief of Army Staff that My humble self and his soldiers will go to Kirawa, inshallah. We'll take over the power station in Kirawa, the pumping station in Kirawa. Nothing will stop us, inshallah. Electrification of Goza, Dikwa, Damasan, Ganzai, Askira, Chibok, and Dambwa will start in earnest. And inshallah, before the completion of my tenure, I will make sure that all local government areas in Borno State will be connected to the national grid. Procurement and of equipment worth 10 billion naira to the State University Teaching Hospital and completion. The State Teaching Hospital has a carrying capacity of 650 patients. Very difficult for somebody to get a new hospital that will have a carrying capacity at the beginning of 650. Provision of scholarships to 600 indigenous peoples to study nursing and midwifery courses. Sponsorship of 100 students in various fields of study, especially science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses, languages, and training of 20 peoples, stakeholders. I want to train pilots. If you can identify one good candidate from each local government, I will do so. Without sentiment. The deserving ones, will train them. Construction of a new Monday market in Maiduguri will begin at the stadium complex along Kano Road, inshallah. Darami Dungus and his team have done very well. Support of 5 billion naira to small and medium enterprises and less privileged. Settlement of 25% of gratuities owed by Borno State and local governments. Hitherto, we are paying 1.2 billion naira per annum. But now we have kept aside 200 million naira per month for settlement of gratuities, making a sum of 2.4 billion naira per month. But be rest assured that inshallah, before the expiration of my tenure, we shall completely pay gratuities owed by states and local governments. Training of 50% of our teachers, reconstruction of the international hotel, and completion of the state hotel. Establishment of wire and nail industry, inshallah. Construction of international conference center. You have seen we are constructing housing estate at the police playground here. In the next few days, few months, 1 or 2 months, we'll demolish the entire remaining areas. And then start constructing an international conference hall. Why? We want to ensure that Borno State regain its lost glory of being capital of the northeastern state. We shall resume construction of Gundami Ringa Road, inshallah, and we shall complete it. Construction of mega shopping complexes in Ngala, Nganze, Monguna, and Marte. We can complete the rehabilitation of Domboa Road, start rehabilitation of Domboa Road, inshallah. Construction of 500 houses in Dalwa, 500 at Darajaman, 500 in Mainti, Aulari, and Maiwa. We have made commitment to the people of Borno State last year that we shall resettle many communities. But because of electioneering error and others, we couldn't do so. But I want to assure you that many communities will be returned 2024, especially communities of Ala, Kaje, Sabongari, Dalwa, Kirawa, Yamteke, Modube, Bita, Sabongari, Hambagda, Kekeno, Daushe, Bundur, Kareto. Mr. Speaker, I know why you may be surprised that I didn't mention your hometown and Malpatori. These are promises that I have been making for the last 2 years. We could have done so but because of the coup d'etat in Niger, has impeded our intention to restart Gudumbari and Malapatari. But inshallah, we shall do so. Establishment of secondary schools and junior secondary schools in barrier location in the state, especially we shall establish secondary school. We shall re-establish Wulgo. Wulgo Secondary School was vandalized by the insurgents and they are yet to resume. Ngala also, Ngoshe, Kirawa, Tum in view. Wandali they are in temporary site, we will build new secondary school. Bilakuti, we will build new secondary school. Miringa, we have started new secondary school and inshallah we shall complete. Closure of Muna and Madinato IDP camps in Metropolitan. Most of these criminalities that are happening in Metropolitan Council are being perpetrated around the IDP areas. In addition to some of the hideouts. So, inshallah, in January, on my own, with my team, we shall close these 2 IDP camps. Making sure that we don't have any IDP camp officially or unofficially in Maiduguri. I'm speaking with Victim Support Fund, we received a grant of about 2 to 3 billion naira from them. A counterpart funding of about 4 billion naira will be provided by Borno State Government. It's not easy. We have about 20,000 heads of household. Plug up of the construction of Rankala Road, we shall plug up the construction. We cannot complete in 1 year, but journey of 1,000 miles begin. Yes, we must do something. This is the only local government area in Borno State that remain inaccessible. Construction of road from Bagat to Pishtam, construction of another flyover at the west end roundabout, inshallah, this west end. Construction of 9 mega dams across the state. Construction of 1 rehabilitation center. Construction of eastern bypass from Auno-Gubio Road will resume early next year. Construction of dual carriageway from Shaw's Roundabout, Lawan Bukar Flower Mill, Herwa Peace, Songhai and Ajib Roads, Monday Market, Copper View and Idrissa Kadi Gamboro Market Road. We just flag up the construction exercise. And we shall complete it, inshallah. We plan to construct a dual carriageway from Polo High Court Road to Mulai. We plan to build a modern international conference center. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the sum of 340 billion, 609 million naira, 836,000 has been budgeted for the year 2024 fiscal framework, which is made up of
silence.
198 million 293 billion 293 million 233 million in capital expenditure and 142 billion 326 million 613,000 in current expenditure. In expenditure to be financed from the recurrent revenue of 206 billion 803 million 206 billion 803 million 53,000, which comprises of PAC revenue and internally generated revenue. The budget would also finance by receipt of 122 billion 816 783,000 comprising of aids and grants as well as capital development funds. This year we shall be aggressive in looking for grants, inshallah. And inshallah we shall get it. We know where to get it. The projection of the 2024 budget is predicated on the federal government's fiscal forecast for the 2024-2026 medium-term expenditure framework. The internally generated revenue forecast was adopted with some indications to reflect on the current realities within our purview. The 2024 projections are therefore predicated on a crude oil benchmark of $77 per barrel and a daily production of 1.5 barrels per day, a projected national inflation rate of 21.4%, and a national growth GDP rate of 3.76%, as well as proposed exchange rate of 750 naira per dollar. Sectoral allocations. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in furtherance of our strong commitment to fulfilling the yearnings and aspirations of the citizenry across the length and breadth of the state in the year 2024, government has earmarked funds to ministries, departments, and agencies to carry out their statutory obligations effectively and efficiently. The Ministry of Agriculture will undertake the construction of art dams, maintenance of rural feeder roads, and the construction of a modern feed milling center. It will procure project supervision vehicles, maintain heavy-duty machineries, procure grains for buffer stock, procure fishing inputs to be distributed to fishermen, resuscitate the food community fish farms at Mainok, Auno, Tamsungam, Tamsukau, and Maintakururi, in addition to the procurement of farm inputs, fertilizers, seeds, agrochemicals, and spray equipment. Most importantly, the ministry will place more emphasis on modern irrigation, especially drip and sprinkler irrigation. We shall invest in agriculture. Most of the equipment that were procured by predecessors, we shall ensure their equitable distribution. The sum of about 13 billion, 506 million naira has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditures. Budget and planning. It's a new ministry. In order for the ministry to perform effectively, sum of about 2.6 billion naira is allocated to the Ministry of Budget and Planning. Education. The ministry intends to construct 3 new mega schools across 3 senatorial districts, provide teachers accommodation, and undertake the complete rehabilitation of the resource center, research, ICT, and innovation, in addition to training and retraining teachers from payment of WAG, NECO, and NAPTEC examination fees, as well as promoting vocational entrepreneurship in the state, will be given priority. The colleges of education in Borno State will be given opportunity to train our teachers. Gradually, we plan to decentralize Maiduguri Metropolitan. We plan to move out School of Health Technology from Maiduguri to Magumeri. Only 45 kilometers, 35 kilometers. Maiduguri is expanding. If nothing is being done, in the next 15 years, the town will be completely choked up. So there is a need for us to decentralize some of the institutions inside Maiduguri. The ministry also oversees the tertiary institution in the state, Borno State Scholarship Board, Primary Education Board, Education Trust Fund, and Secondary Education Board, among others, are agencies under the Ministry of Education that are playing a pivotal role in repositioning the education sector. So far, so good. Most of our secondary schools are re-established. Let me use this opportunity to commend the very hard-working Commissioner for Education. He has been doing so well. We have to commend him. And we believe under his oversight function, the education sector will be revamped. Therefore, sum of 39 billion, 435 million, 468,000 naira has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditures for all the agencies under the ministry. We have the tertiary institutions, we have the primary education board, we have the secondary education board also. Ministry of Environment. In the year 2024, inshallah, we plan to raise 10 million tree seedlings and develop 6 nurseries for plantation. The ministry, in collaboration with ACRISAL, federal government through World Bank assisted project, will plant 500 hectares of land for deforestation across MMC and Jere. The sum of 5 billion naira, 443 million, 16,000 has been allocated for its capital and recurrent expenditures. The Borno State Environmental Protection Agency will construct new toilet facilities with plastic sheets in the MMC and Jere local government area to reduce the menace of open defecation and procure heavy-duty machines and chemicals for fumigation against various diseases in MMC and Jere. The sum of 1,262,228,000 has been allocated for both capital and recurrent expenditure. Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Development will ensure strict monitoring and control of all expenditures across the ministries, departments, and agencies for prudent management of resources. It will also compile and report all government finances and produce an annual financial account for public consumption. However, in the year 2022 fiscal year, it will continue to admonish the government on financial and economic policy for effective management of scarce resources, as well as explore options for the government on actualization of economic growth. The ministry is responsible for payment of salaries. The ministry is responsible for payment of gratuities. And we are also expecting government approval of new salary structure in the second quarter of 2024. And therefore, the projected budget of the ministry stands at 53,808,771,000, has been allocated for its capital and recurrent expenditure, including Borno State Internal Revenue Service Board, Borno State Debt Management Office, and the Office of the Accountant General. Some of these funds are budgeted to service our debts. It's very important. As we are gradually exiting from the office, I want to see how I will leave a clean slate to an incoming administration, inshallah. Ensure that I paid all debts so that anybody who is taking off will have a clean slate to begin. And may Almighty Allah and His infinite wisdom help all of us. Ministry of Health. The ministry plans to renovate and rehabilitate all general hospitals in the state, upgrade and expand vertical wards at the Special Hospital Maiduguri, proceed with the construction of physiology and laboratory departments, as well as a mortuary at the State Teaching Hospital Maiduguri. It will also continue with the construction of the College of Nursing and Midwifery Goda, construction of primary health care centers at settled areas, and the renovation of Buwa Marwa Kata. The ministry is allocated the sum of 51 billion, 124 million, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in the last 4 years, I have had the privilege and opportunity of executing 4 approved budgets, and have compelling reasons to simply look back and be proud of the gains we have recorded. For me, serving the good people of Borno State has been the greatest honor of my life. And I hereby reaffirm, inshallah, that I will never lose focus in the discharge of my obligation towards the people of Borno State. I have no intention whatsoever to bring Borno backward, inshallah. The Borno that I will leave, inshallah, will be more peaceful, will be more secure, more vibrant, more industrious, more developed. I want to notify you that I will be highly ambitious in providing development, and I will not let you down. I pledge to support all our politicians without compromising the state interest. The state INEC will also be supported to conduct the election. Local government primaries were concluded. No changes will be made in candidates selected so far. Inshallah. Lastly, I am human. As such, in the course of discharging my duties, I may have wronged individuals or the entire population, and therefore I seek for forgiveness from people of Borno State where I am wrong. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I thank you for your hospitality and support, and I look forward to us signing the budget into law as soon as I now lay before you the 2022 Appropriation Bill TAC Budget of Consolidation and Progress. May God bless Borno State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amen. Thank you and God bless.